Yeah, but I was meant to have my shed man come and build the base for my shed today.
Yeah.
Called me at about 8:45 saying, sorry, my colleague or the guy he works with had been throwing up. And would it be okay if he could come tomorrow or Wednesday? I said, yeah, please don't turn up if your mate's throwing up.
Yeah, that's ideal, is it?
So he caught a case of a bit of Matsura as he was meant to come round. So the shed space has been delayed, which is a shame because I've got 4 bikes in my kitchen, none of them mine. And it gets a bit frustrating when you have to move a bike every time you want to cook a meal.
Yeah.
But hopefully that gets done. And then I need to build the actual mat pack, which is going to have to rival B-Pack, but it won't.
Are you building that?
Absolutely not. Yeah, exactly. I've got a quote which includes the building of it.
Right.
So I'm just going in full hog because if I build it, I'm going to mess it up and then I have to get someone to come round and build it for me anyway.
Yeah.
And my dad and uncle are at work these days, so they can't really come around today. But yeah. Anyway, should we start the actual pod? It's another overlap there. All right, sports fans, welcome back to You've Got to Go. You're joined by myself, Matt Stonia, and Ben Patterson to my right. Ben, how are we? We had Bergen on last week. It's just us again. You recovered from having Bergen around your house?
I mean, the tea stain is still there on the coffee table. Little inside information. First time he's ever been to my house, first thing he does is spills his tea on the coffee table. I mean, I've seen it from around there, but I've just thought I'm going to ignore it. Don't want to make him feel awkward.
Yeah.
And I've just seen him run in there for some kitchen roll, and I've heard him whispering to you.
It's the fastest he's moved since that World's final.
And then I've walked around. I know what's going on, and you're there trying to distract me. And I just know, But it was so obvious because I could just hear him whispering. I thought I'll just leave it, and then Molly sees it and she just calls him out straight away. I was
but
all good.
Yeah, it was good. It was nice to have him around. Good for the 800 lads. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it. Started to mean to go on the guest front, but it is just us two today. There's actually quite a lot to chat about, mainly in the running world. Obviously, there was Mansfield this weekend just gone. You were there, so you'll have to fill us in on that one. There was Valencia the week before, which obviously we weren't there, but I have just watched Alex's YouTube video, so I'm a little more up to scratch. Yeah, it's really good. Shame he's in it, but the video itself is very good.
It's good production. When I've watched them in the past, it's
it's done very professionally, and it's a really good length, and there's a good backstory to every video. So this one was obviously focused on Valencia. And then there's Cardiff this weekend, which is actually hosting the short course trials this year
for the first time, isn't it?
Yeah, which will be interesting to see how that one goes. Far too early.
Still no rain. We'll obviously get into it, but Mansfield, I'm stood there. I'm like, what? Where's the mud? Compared to last year, where you're falling over. It's there was just nothing.
Yeah, well, it will come. It always does. Everyone's going to go, oh, it's really dry this year, really dry. Mainly for Liverpool. Cardiff might be dry.
Yeah.
And then the heavens will open and Tamer will turn up in the mud and win. No, he won't this year. But Cardiff, that's coming up. And then, obviously, I have some news regarding BA, which we'll touch on. And we just wanted to chat a bit about this time of year. I think it's a very strange time of year for training, with some huge races like Liverpool, but realistically, in the grand scheme of things, not that much going on this time of year, and how to best sort of operate and
trying to navigate through.
Yeah, because if there's any people who haven't navigated through it in the past, it's us two. So hopefully we can provide a bit of useful information of sort of our do's and don'ts of October through December training. But you were at Mansfield this weekend. How was it as an event? Obviously, you're not a massive cross guy, but Molly was racing. So you were chaperone for the day?
Coach, chaperone, you name it. Doing everything possible. Just try and take a bit of stress out of her life. It was good. It's such a strange atmosphere when you turn up because it's just carnage. It's not like a track meet where everyone meets up. There's no stand. It's you're just tents and like flags, and you're just like everywhere you look, you're just bumping into someone. Like, yeah, it was a bit mental, but it's a good event, isn't it?
It is a good. I was actually in London on the weekend for my dad's birthday, hence I wasn't at Mansfield, and caught up with a couple of people who ran on the Sunday, Gus for one. And we were having this discussion between Mansfield and Liverpool of what is the better event. And in terms of a sporting event, we said Liverpool's better because there's jeopardy, there's something on the line, there's people are going home crying, people are going home celebrating. That's what sports are all about. Whereas Mansfield is a funner day out because it's a team event, which we don't really have much of.
Yeah.
It's 5K or 3K if you're a junior, so it's not too far, so no one's too bothered. And there's not too much on the line, so everyone goes in with a fairly open, relaxed atmosphere. And it's always a good place to watch. I don't know how much running around you did, but you can watch a fair few places, can't you?
Put in quite a shift. Molly was like, yeah, you were just popping up everywhere. I was like, you know
shouting, you've got to go. And Molly had a good run, actually.
She did very well,
but yeah, so we thought Mansfield is a better enjoyment, but Liverpool is, that's where it's all won and lost.
Ever go to Liverpool then if Mansfield's more enjoyable? Liverpool must be tough.
We had Tunbridge one, which was great, obviously being a Kent local.
Yeah. They're not the Ops though.
They are the Ops, but it's not like animosity.
Right. Yeah.
They're good guys. The Higgins, I'll tell you what, having twins for team events is such a hack because you've got two for the price of one.
Yeah, true.
And if they're as good as the Higgins are, then
Sophie Stonia, get you in the team next year.
Not sure about that one. We would actually have quite a good mixed relay, to be fair. Yeah. But they ran well, and they'll be a threat at Cardiff, which we'll chat about later. But yeah, good to see Tunbridge winning. Who else was up there? Cambridge not winning this year. Callum Elson unable to celebrate, which is tough. But
good for the sport, isn't it?
It's good to have a bit of change, actually. Tunbridge is still a B-knock in terms of the running club scene, but unable to, and no one else unable to dethrone them. And then the women, Belgrave won. It's a classic. Shock. Everyone runs for Belgrave. I was like,
yeah.
And Kate Axford winning it again. I think was it like 3 years in a row? I may be mistaken. You have to listen to an actual running podcast to find out more about that. But yeah, I think they were.
Speaking of actual running podcast, Matt Seddon, he was there.
Was he?
Yeah.
Speak to him?
Spoke to him, told him his podcast is rubbish. Yeah.
He said the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great event. And we need to touch on Elliot Giles was there.
Elliot Giles.
Probably one of the bigger talking points individually. It's a bit of a fish out of water, isn't it?
So I'll say this, and
I don't mean that in a bad way.
I know he won't take this the wrong way. I mean, I know he's not watching, so it's fine. But he looked so good on that first lap. You could tell he was thinking, I'm going to win it. He wasn't thinking that. I was thinking,
right.
Second lap, so tough for him. He'd lost quite a few places.
He said he was taking it fairly easy in his interview.
He probably was, to be fair, but it's like probably a combination of those front guys pushing on the second lap and him just thinking, okay, let's ease off a bit. But yeah, it was like first lap he was like in the mix with like Cam Allen, people like that.
Yeah.
And then like second lap he was a bit further back.
Falling back.
Good to see.
Bit of humbling. But he said in his interview he was doing it for a bit of fun and enjoyment. At this time of year, it is sometimes hard to come by that like motivation and enjoyment. So why not? It's 5K as well. It's not like a 10K cross.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't take too much out of you. But fastest leg was actually Jacob Can, who I know is a threat to Ned Potter because they're, I think, county buddies.
Right.
So he'll be in the mixer for Liverpool. Gus was obviously up there. It's classic, isn't it? He peaks at Mansfield every year. And then sort of now the decline starts
Trying
gradually.
to hang on to any shape he's got.
So he was obviously up there. James Kingston looked really good, but again, it's the same names every year. This sort of time, getting ready for Liverpool, and then who've finished their track season in about May to peak for this. Yeah. But fair play to all of them. It was good, and moves on to Cardiff this weekend, doesn't it? which are you going down?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah, coaching duties again.
Driving duties as well?
Driving, staying the night before. Proper, yeah.
Airbnb or hotel?
Airbnb.
Nice.
Right by the fields.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're going to get a session done there Saturday morning?
I'll see how I feel. I'll probably...
Give Hayward a call?
Yeah, maybe actually. I mean, I doubt he's probably in Wales right now. He's probably on holiday somewhere.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably just take it as a rest day because I think I'll be pretty stressed. Because it's make or break, really, isn't it, for a lot of people wanting to make that GB team?
It is.
Molly being one of them. So
I'm having a little look on the start lists.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Molly's dived into it, but
checks most days, I think.
Checks most days. It's pretty set. You've got Reve in terms of track pedigree, probably the highest, and then I thought I saw Sarah Calvert.
Yeah, Molly mentioned she was in it. The late entry.
Yeah, Sarah Calvert's entered. So on paper, you're probably looking at those two best 15s in the field, probably best choice of selection. And if it's dry, as it looks like it will be, it probably plays into more of that 15. I think at Liverpool, often when it's wet and muddy, you see Josh make the team every year. It's that sort of 3K, endurance and doggedness. Whereas I think this might just be a flat out from gun to tape. Who else is doing it? You got India Weir. She'll be up there.
Yeah.
There's a fair few. Ava Lloyd will actually be up there, having just come back from altitude. So no excuse, actually, if she doesn't make it.
Training with Lee on Saturday as well.
Yeah, running around Holywell. I hope she's paying her membership fees.
So.
Yeah, and then on the men's side, we've got Henry Jonas. I wonder if that's planned. Little getaway to Lisbon. Why not? He's probably our biggest hope with Malloy. I'd probably say Jonas edges Malloy at the moment, without being too controversial.
I think Malloy's had a few issues the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, so. But then you got a couple big hitters who have been away in Font. We've got Barnacote.
Is he doing the short course?
Barnacote's doing the short course.
And race the short
I've heard that he's only doing it so he can then turn it down when he makes the under 23 race at Liverpool.
Is that Abby doing the short course?
Yeah, I think so as well. So
these blokes need to grow up.
Honestly, all these guys just doing it because their girlfriends are doing it. It's like, if you want to go away to Lisbon, just go away on holiday there.
Wouldn't be me.
But yeah, so that could be funny. If it was Barnacote and Abby and Henry and Ava, that'd be quite fun.
Tougher for Molly makes the team, and she's the only one without her boyfriend on the team.
Mate, you're gonna have to go to Lisbon to watch. But yeah, you got Barnacote. He's doing the short course. I think he's in good shape. Obviously,
quite short for him though, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's still like these guys. He's still competing with them over 15. So I think Barnacote makes.
What's he ran over 15?
Well, I don't know, something rubbish like 3:38.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm joking.
He ran 3:38.
I think he won a couple of the. He won Watford.
Really?
Yeah, he outkicked all of them.
I do remember that.
Actually. Yeah. So
fair play.
Yeah, we'll get him back on when he makes it. Yeah, now he's got a good kick, so I think Will probably make it. Obviously, Jonas will be up there. Both the Higgins will be up there. Obviously, from doing Mansfield this weekend. Just
can't see Henry not making it, to be honest.
He's just got that dog, doesn't he?
If it's dry, especially.
Yeah, but then what about Callum Elson? He should make it. He's just been running 100-mile weeks in Font. And he's a 15 guy. You don't want to give it. You don't want to say someone must make it, but there's people who should make it.
Does he beat Henry over 15 on track though? I don't think so.
No, but at this moment, does 4 weeks running 100 miles in Font give you a slightly further head start than someone running?
Don't know. I've been training with Henry and.
But again, I think it's up for grabs. I think it's going to be a great race. Who else? You got Sam Charrick doing it as well.
Yeah.
Joe Wigfield, who's coming from the other spectrum of having just done a half.
Yeah.
So he'll be a threat, but he seems to always just get done on the line. But I'd like Wiggy.
Be good to see.
I'd like
good for the sport.
Yeah. It'd be good for Wiggy to make it. Yeah, friend of the pod. Dave Race doing it from Loughborough as well. But it's fairly stacked. But
there's just so many more in it this year because obviously you can do that and then you can do Liverpool.
Yeah, and it's sort of
which is woke.
And if you get selected now, there's 4 weeks till Liverpool, so you can really till Euros.
Yeah.
So you can really train specifically for it. You know what you're doing. You're not sort of messing about with 10k stuff, 15 stuff. You can sort of prioritize it. But I'm going to go with Sarah Calvert and Reve for the women if they both do it, with Ava coming third, and then for the men, I'm going to go Barnacote to win. And Jonas to come second, with Callum Elson to come third, Wiggy fourth. Oh, it's tough. It's a hard one to call.
Molly Hudson to win it. Got a backer. She raced really well.
Sorry, Molly. I'm not biased enough to call you.
Maybe Sarah Calvert.
Yeah, she's been in front as well. So
yeah. And then bloke side, Henry, and then I don't really care.
Malloy.
No. Barnacote, yeah.
Yeah. You can't really go
Barnacote
wrong.
will string it out, kick a bit earlier. Henry will sit on him, and
Wiggy will string it out and then get done on the line like he did. What race?
British Champs Heats.
That's the one, yeah. But
not good to
no. But it'll be interesting. So you'll be down there, so you'll be able to report for us. Maybe get some content this week, actually, for change. No?
I'll be coaching, mate.
Coaching. Right. But that's... Should we touch on the final race, which was Valencia?
Yeah.
Before we get properly into the pod. Get all of this news out of the way.
Yeah.
Almgren.
Yeah.
European record. Mate. He is unbelievable, isn't he?
He is.
He's nuts.
You see some of the sessions that he dropped. Like he did 2 sets of 10-4s.
You see that?
62s, and his lactate was
it's 3.5, I think. It's a joke. I'd love to know what he does after Worlds to have run that. What, 4 or 5 weeks later?
Yeah.
Has he had an off season? Has he just ran straight through it?
I guess it's where the money is road for him.
I know, but you think how can you go? I'm surprised you're not cooked after track season. Need a break and then need a reset.
I think that method of training, you shouldn't get cooked.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that's probably the case.
Yeah.
Normally, obviously, it's just increasing his recovery so much that he doesn't need an off season.
Yeah. It's nuts to do that so soon after the track season, and where he ran well at Worlds as well. Did he come in the? He led the 10 for the final.
He medalled in the 10, didn't he?
Yeah, and they got done by Gressier. But
was it bronze he got in the 10?
I think so.
Bronze, I think.
Yeah. So fair play to him. And then on the British front, bit of a surprise actually. Alfie Manthorpe. Well, it shouldn't really be a surprise, but compared to the athletes who were there, probably came to a bit of a shock. 61, 30 odd. I think he was just sub. Not bad. Having watched the Youve video, I'm sure everyone watching or listening to watch that anyway. But it was first 10k was rapid, and then they turned into a headwind. The second 10k,
right,
and it just got a bit cagey. No one really wanted to take the front. Pace dropped a bit. I was speaking to Charlie Wheeler, who ran well, the second Brit, and he was saying certain people were not taking any turns and were hiding as much as they can in the pack, which at the end of the day, that's racing. Yeah. But I can understand when there's a British sort of cohort and a group and you go to Valencia to run quickly, would you rather go run 62.30 and be the first Brit, or run 60.30 and be the fifth Brit? I think that's the question you've got to ask yourself going into it. I think I'd probably always want to be the first Brit selfishly.
Yeah, especially if
that's
Charlie's
that competition. Yeah, you don't want to lose to Charlie. No, but if you're going to Valencia, you're going to run quickly.
Yeah. Who's that ex-pro cyclist?
Jimmy Whelan.
Yeah.
Mate. He's the lankiest bloke, 61.33 or something. think he was just behind Yi Dog.
I saw some videos of him running. I thought, this guy's unbelievable.
Mate, it's nuts. He was sat on the back of the group. If you watch these videos, he's on the back of the group the whole time, not doing any work. That's his cycling day. He's just sat at the back.
It's impressive to see, though, because he's only been running for about a year, apparently.
Yeah, but he's been doing cycling and triathlon and stuff. It's not like,
classic Georgia Bell.
Yeah, the Georgia Bell story of I haven't trained for 5 years and then wins an Olympic medal. But that's a bit of exaggeration. Yeah. But they looked a really good group. Obviously, Charlie Wheeler then came in around with Yi, and then who was just after? Who am I forgetting? That's bad. Ben Connor. Ben Connor was in the group. So it was a decent group.
Is he from Derby?
Yeah, he is. You should know that.
I've got some inside information, actually. I'm going to call out Ben Connor right now.
For not turning up to Mansfield?
Never pays his fees.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe he's exempt. Is it?
Well, no, because you still have to pay England athletics fees, and I think the club do it for him, which is not good enough, really, to be honest. Reply to your email, Ben Connor.
All right. Well, we'll clip that. Put that on Instagram.
Thank you.
He's a nice guy though. I was at Eurocross the one time he did it, and he got absolutely battered.
It's not a good 2-minute segment for him, is it?
No, but it was. This was after the race though. Don't worry, it wasn't before. But he was hilarious. I think it was Turin. I just remember him in the corridor. He was bad. But anyway, we've just. Yeah, that wasn't a very kind segment to him. But he's a good guy. And he actually took so much on the front. He was basically just their glorified pacemaker. Tougher for Rory, dropping out. Not ideal. Rory kind of knows it. He'll either run this unbelievable race, unbelievable time, or has issues. It's sort of he'll either have a 10 out of 10 or a 1 out of 10. And the problem is you never really know. More recently, it's definitely always been the 10 out of 10, but you never really know which way you're going to get. And now he'll probably go win Liverpool by about 30 seconds because he's clearly in unbelievable shape.
Yeah,
and he's been out in front stacking mileage.
It's just tough, isn't it? Because as soon as it starts to hurt, it's going to be in the back of your head. It's is it one of those days?
I think the hard thing as well, as soon as you move to that longer distances, is you can't just, if you have a bad run at Ostrava, you put it out the back of your head and a week later you go and run a 144, whereas you can't do that on the road doing half marathons because you can't just do them every week. And there's not endless opportunities of locations where you can run quickly. Everyone eyes up Valencia, you have to run well there. And it's if it doesn't go well there, it's not been a waste of training, obviously, but mentally it's got to be quite hard to bounce back and be I've just done 4 weeks for this race and it's not panned out. But look, it happens to everyone at the end of the day. It's just tough that it happens in a race that you've sort of aimed for. But he'll bounce back. He's done it before, and he's clearly fit. Thankfully, it's not it's better than getting an injury or something. Isn't it? So Rory will be back, and when he medals at Eurocross, we'll get him on the pod because he probably could. To be fair,
he could do.
But we'll have to wait for that one in a few weeks for the big Liverpool preview.
One other race I'm going to talk about. Can't remember where it was.
That's
the
great.
Marathon that was yesterday, was it? Paddy the Baddie.
We got to touch on Paddy. It was New York, mate.
New York. I wasn't sure if it was Chicago or New York.
Oh, right.
Chicago was a bit before.
Yeah. Elliot, first of all, what the hell was Kipchoge wearing?
I've heard that's your new kit, mate. You have to race in that.
How is that what is it? Is that... I'm sorry, Nike, but is that not just going too far? Yeah. It was just holes and... It looked like the
sleeve.
It looked like there's something some model would wear down some runway.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Elliot running 42k through New York isn't quite the same vibe.
But it's got us talking about it.
Yeah.
It's worked.
True. 2:14 for the GOAT.
Yeah.
He's on his
2:14.
Yeah, he's on his victory lap around the world, isn't he? Just taking in the money.
He wants to do 7 marathons in all 7 continents.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously got someone telling him you're doing this. He's not woken up one morning going, "Yeah, I want to run a marathon in Antarctica."
The skeezers in his ear.
Yeah, but I know he's not competing anymore because he is supposedly 41. But honestly, he looks about 50 years old.
And he was like flying on track when he was like 17, 18.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But obviously having him there is free marketing, free media, free publicity. So you'd be silly not to.
You've seen the TikTok of this guy on the street. I think his girlfriend's filming him. The bloke's in tears as that group's approaching because he's such a Kipchoge fan. It's like you wouldn't get that for any other athlete. I don't think the bloke's just in tears, just watching him run.
Yeah,
like you could see how much it meant to him just to see the goat.
Yeah,
it's like,
he'll always going to Austria to watch that sub 2. That as my 18th birthday present. I'll never forget that. Went out with a few of the guys, running guys, and it was like it's a moment in history where you can be like, you were there when you were watching it. And yes, Kipton may or may not have done it in a race, but obviously he's passed, so we'll have to wait. Well, who knows when, but will he always be the GOAT? What will someone have to do to out-GOAT him? Because obviously his world record's been beaten.
I think the first person to go sub 2 in an actual race.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Wow.
Yeah, but then they have to win 2 Olympic gold marathon medals. They have to win however many marathon majors.
Yeah, but I think to people in the sport, they have to do all that. But to people outside of the sport, they don't care. They just care.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the first man to go sub 2 in an actual race. They don't know about. Most people probably don't even know Kipchoge used to run on the track.
Yeah.
Do they?
No, I guess it's like Roger Bannister, isn't it? He is the 4-minute guy. So, most
people probably won't even know that Kipchoge wasn't in an actual race, to be honest.
Yeah.
Will they? So he's probably just a GOAT.
At the end of the day, he did a marathon and he did it under 2 hours. That's what people sort of care about. But yeah, Paddy, unbelievable run. Yeah. 2:08, 40 something.
Yeah.
And he was in the front pack 35, 37K.
I kept seeing updates and it's like it's Paddy versus the Kenyans.
Paddy the Paddy. He's not. We've not heard much from him in the last couple of years.
He's been locked in. Man.
But yeah, that's a way to announce yourself on the marathon stage. I was thinking the British marathon scene's actually stacked all of a sudden.
Because Phil ran a PB.
Phil, Emil, Paddy now.
Mohammed.
Yeah, Mohammed. You've got so many guys.
I wonder if Butchie's going to step back up at any point.
I hope not. Stay at the 5 and 10.
Yeah, no, he said the other day, I've not had the itch to scratch to go back up at any point soon.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Just Judd as well.
Yeah, great to see. It? Yeah, I think we should get her on the pod or something.
Great to see her after a tough couple of years.
Yeah. No, she has. Yeah, but she's such a fighter and she's such a dog round off. You just see her just she always looks flat out, doesn't she? But she's able to just go on and on and on, and fair play to her. And she's so lovely and sweet, and it's nice to see her back, running on the world stage, New York. And I think it must almost be a relief now being able to finish a race of that caliber and not have any issues.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, it'd be interesting to hear about her epilepsy story. Actually. Yeah, is it epilepsy? Yeah,
pretty sure. Yeah.
So that was good to see. And then obviously I was also looking at Charles Hicks.
Yeah.
And then I only saw it today on a YouTube video that he's obviously American now. Yeah. So I was like, oh, it's another Brit running.
No.
But no, you got to switch
He's gone back to where he came from.
He's dead to me.
Finally.
That bloke shares a room with me at Eurocross. It was all fake. Him pretending to be a Brit that whole time.
It's fair, is it? It's probably an easier team to make, is it? The American marathon?
I don't know. Not with Conor Mantz.
Yeah, true.
But I mean... I think he is I think he is American. Yeah. He's made the right decision, and he lives out there now and everything. So so fair play.
Probably better for him getting contracts and stuff.
Yeah, but he's a great. He's so funny. He's a great guy. So yeah, it'd be good to see him in the British team, but obviously he'll be in the American team. So will he? We'll have to see. But yeah, good to see him debut well. But that's it for all the races, really. That's our race roundup. We really should have had Christian here to give us the lowdown on all these races. It's sort of
he'll know more about Mansfield than me, and I was there. Oh, he was there actually as well. Of course he was.
But anyway, we should probably touch on my big news, which it's not that big news, is it? It's news.
You're getting the fans hopeful for something here that isn't.
So obviously it's all come out now of the funding cycle for the next year, which well done.
No, to be fair, they haven't done the senior one yet.
Have they not?
The meeting's this week. So.
Is it? Well, well done in advance, hopefully.
I've not met my target.
But yeah, so obviously I was on, give a little of a background story here. I was on the WCP, confirmation. Yeah. So it goes, what does it go? Well, because you're on the top one.
Podium,
potential, confirmation.
Yeah.
That's WCP. And then below that, there's a futures, which is
world-class program for those of you.
Which is sort of up and coming people who they think will go from futures to WCP. Ben and I, after 2022, both got put on confirmation.
Yeah.
Ben has since gone like that. I've since gone like that. Did my 2 years on there, got put on futures, which I was told basically hasn't happened because you're going the wrong way, essentially. Mm-hmm. But they also didn't want to just kick me off, which was nice, I guess. But I've only lasted 1 year on futures and I'm now off.
Yeah.
So that's no more funding for me, which, look, at the end of the day, I was set goals and standards I needed to achieve, and I've achieved precisely none of them. So in that context, I have no right or shouldn't be on the programme. It's still quite tough. I think BA, it's so complex to talk about, I think, BA. But yeah, it is what it is. I'll do my best to get back on it again. It was an interesting way of finding out. I can't deny. Found out via email, which wasn't the best way to find you. Imagine you're basically getting sacked from your job, finding out via email, which isn't ideal. So I had a little call with some people just to, like I said, look, I don't think that's particularly right. It's not the way to go about things. And there were apologies and it's totally fine now. There's no hard feelings or anything. But that was a bit frustrating. But I think I've definitely learned a lot being with British Athletics and obviously using their support. It's a bit of a hard one. I've always thought, I think looking back on it, it's a weird situation of being in Loughborough, you use all the support you've got there. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't you? It's free, first of all.
Yeah,
they're good people. I've met some amazing people in BA, like use some support, which has been great. But I think I'll look at it now and I think BA will struggle to have many people, and you don't see many gold medal potential people who fully use BA. Hopefully you are actually one of the few who is sort of medal winning, who's fully integrated into the BA system. But I think what I've learned is BA and athletics is all about building personal relationships. And the stronger your personal relationships can be with coaches, physios, doctors, nutritionists, psychologists, you're part of a better team, more connected, and that team will drive you and you will drive that team. And I think what I've realized with BA is it's not personal relationships, it's business relationships. And at the end of the day, BA is a business. And whilst you want them to help you, at the end of the day, you're helping them. Mm-hmm. And if you're not helping them, which I haven't been, then you're out. And I think it's actually the wrong way you actually really want to live your career. Personally, I want people that, you know, when I'm most down, when I'm most injured, that they need to step up. And now it's at a point where I need that and I'm being like, let go. And that's because it's a business relationship. all relationships should be 50-50 really in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not giving BA 50%. I'm giving them 0% by not running. So I can understand why they're sort of getting rid of me. I spoke with like Stepney and stuff, and in some ways it's who's been my point of contact. And again, he's a great guy, like get on with him. He said like, oh, I still like to like keep in touch, and when I'm up we can go for coffee and stuff. I'm like, it's actually like it's like the end of a relationship in some ways. Like you've bought into these people, you give these people this time, and now it's over. But like everyone's been saying, oh, we still
be friends.
Yeah, you basically was like, oh, I still want to be friends, and you're like, anyone sort of knows that doesn't really happen. And you can be angry or like deceitful and jealous, but I've learned that you can't operate in that way. You can't. Yes, you can use anger to propel you and use it as motivation. Use it as, I want to show to them, I deserve to be on it. But there's no need to have any hard feelings or be frustrated or be angry or shout out the mouth and say, I was annoyed with this or annoyed with that, because you're not going to get anywhere doing that. And they're pretty much all good people who I respect and have worked with pretty well. But I guess I'm on the market now. Again,
B-Pack will always have you.
B-Pack will have me, but yeah, it's hard because all of a sudden now, I'm coming into a period where I don't have any support.
I think the toughest thing is you've gone from the uni setup straight into the BA setup to now. It's not like you can go back to your old setup because the uni setup's gone because you graduated. Whereas I guess if you're a bit older and then got on funding, you'd have made some relationships that you could go back to. Whereas now it's kind of like, now you need to work everything out.
And I think everything happened obviously after that season. We both know at 100 miles an hour that everyone's gone, oh, well, you ran 3:32 without the support. But I was part of Loughborough. I was part of the most amazing team of people who I had to train with, friends here, like that aren't also here anymore. Obviously, they're still a great group, but it's different, It's 4 years down the line, and people go, oh, well, you did that without him and you can do it again. But, times have changed. People have moved on. It's not the same environment that I was in 4 years ago. So it is tough in that way. But I'm on the market for physios and medical support and all that side of things. I saw Mark Buckingham and Matt Bergin recently. Matt Bergin said he listened to the pod, so hopefully he's listening to this.
I thought he was in it last week, didn't he?
Yeah. If you want to listen to Matt Bergin, you can go last week. But it's important for me to sort of use this time now up until Christmas when I'm off it to, maybe find a physio that I feel like I could work with or I have a good relationship with, get along with. But it's going to take a bit of time.
Or even it's like learn to rely on yourself a bit more, because I feel like because we have access to it, if in doubt, I'll go to the physio. Whereas if it's something I could maybe just do some foam rolling, get in a good routine, work on something over time, that's probably more beneficial because that will erase the issue rather than I'll go and get treatment and it will fix it for a week and then it will flare back up again. I think you almost got to look at it from what can I do as much as possible myself, because now you will be paying for physio. You're going to want to basically go, I'll do everything I can. Last straw is going to see the physio.
Yeah.
Which I think will probably be quite beneficial.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And I think I'll learn to understand my body a bit better again rather than... And look, sometimes in BA, the physio stuff are great, but you end up seeing lots of different ones. And sometimes maybe being out of that now and having my own physio who I have a bit more of a personal connection with, I might be able to, be in a better position. But yeah, it's going to be hard because it's another change that you weren't really hoping for or expecting. Look, I can understand. I think Futures itself is a slightly... They could possibly have a look at it. I think it's a bit odd. I'm coming off now and you look at someone like Rab Johns and Jonas coming on and I totally can see myself coming off for them, they're in Loughborough, they can use the support, the services available. But then you got people on futures who live in America and couldn't name you a single person who works for BA.
Yeah.
And they have access to this support, and it's like, well, they're never going to use it whilst they're out there. And then you got, me in Loughborough who has bought into everything. And I think that's what sticks with me is I remember my first ever meeting with Steve Vernon. He was obviously our head of endurance before he left. Was, we're with you till 2028. Our goal is 2028.
Yeah.
We're going to do everything we can to see you on that podium at 2028. And just 3 years later, I'm just completely out the door. And I know I haven't shown the performances or the promise.
But you've done everything. It's not like you've made decisions, I'll do this, thinking it will detriment 2020.
Yeah.
You've made every possible decision you can to try and get to 2028.
Yeah, and there have been shortcomings from myself. I need to look at myself and see, like, what could I have done better in these last 2 years? Obviously, there's a few things which I've learned loads, but, the same applies to BA. And there have been issues that I've had with them. Nothing major, but sometimes, any issue that someone at BA makes or the organisation makes falls 100% on you. There's no accountability on their side with any issues. And sometimes I think I've struggled to just accept that, that's just the way it goes. And I've probably been a bit like, well, they messed up here, messed up there. And I've been like, well, that's their fault. It's like, well, at the end of the day, the only person it affects is me.
Yeah.
And if I don't figure out that problem myself, then you're not going to get anywhere. But yeah, it's been amazing. The camps are definitely, I can't say enough about the camps and the medical support I've had.
Yeah.
Having this surgery, what would I be doing now? Like, if I didn't have that insurance and all the scans and everything. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be sat here thinking about running. So I can't complain.
It's even the scans and stuff. I don't think we realise how tough it is for other people that aren't on the medical insurance.
Oh, yeah.
So Molly's sister's husband I think he fell off his bike and he's done something to his knee, but he's got to wait 4 or 5 weeks for a scan. And it's for us, it's oh, can we get it earlier in the week rather than later in the week? Yeah. That's our problem. Yeah. It's
I think that's one thing I probably look at keeping private medical insurance.
Yeah.
Almost see it as a win-win of, if you need to use it, it's there. And if you don't need to use it, well, that's great. You must be running well. So I think that's definitely something for people to look at. Obviously, it is expensive, but if you've struggled with injuries and things like that, having that insurance, it's at the end of the day, it's a time thing. If you can save yourself a month, that can be so big, and that's where it has been quite useful.
That's the thing. If this season, if I'd have waited. I mean, I didn't get things done when I wanted to anyway, but if I'd have waited an extra 3 weeks, a month, I wouldn't have gone to Tokyo.
Yeah, exactly.
I literally, by the skin of my teeth, made it just in time, but that's the difference, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's always a fine line, and it's hard, and it's been a great 3 years with BA, and hopefully I'll be on it again at some point. But yeah, another relationship must come to an end there. But it is what it is. I'll have to try and get on some, also the Loughborough hub, so I don't have to pay for Hypack. But yeah, the bills are definitely going to go up a lot. But I realise I'm in a very privileged position anyway, so I can't complain about that. But yeah, that leads us nicely on to.
I just hope I'm not saying the same thing in a few weeks.
You won't, mate. Come on. But that leads us nicely on to what we wanted to talk about at this time of the year. And for anyone in the athletic scene, this time of year is very odd. It's the only time of year really where everyone sort of has the same goal, which is Liverpool. And it looms so heavily over people, especially when you're in a university setup like Loughborough. People are talking about Liverpool before track season's even started. Yeah. Namely, people like Luke Duffy. Yeah. You do one track session and be like, oh, nah, what about Liverpool? But it just weighs on you. And both of us, having been in the uni environment, we've been part of it. Not you necessarily racing Liverpool, but last year you were in that sort of mindset to be fit for this time of year. And now we've both seen it sort of from the outside. Yeah, and it's like, fascinating, isn't it?
Like seeing Elliot race there, to me, like he's obviously such a track guy, but seeing him race there, you're like, why is he doing that? Like that's so strange. Like that hasn't happened for years. But then if it was someone like you, when you were running your 331, 332, it's like, oh, Matt's doing Mansfield. Like it's so standard. Whereas I think you have to prioritise whether you want to be fit now or have a good track season.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'd say. I think if you split the year into 3 parts, you essentially get a September through December, with which the primary focus is Liverpool. You get a January through to March, of which you might get a 5K, like a podium or indoors, an Armour or something, or indoors. And then from March through to September, it's track season. I've always thought people can only really excel in sort of 1.5 or 2. I just don't think it's possible to hit all 3 big, because you need to have some sort of periodization, some downtime somewhere, some build-up phase somewhere, some weeks where you just string 8-10 weeks together. And if everyone wants to do well at track season, which we've always seen that as the primary focus, you sort of have to look at and go, right, that's the goal. What else do I want from this time of year? Yeah. And I think I've always been caught up in, you just do the sort of circuit. So you do Cardiff or MK, do Liverpool, and then you do a national cross or a Bucks or something, and then you hopefully do a 5K. And I think now I look at it and think, you're so naive to think you can run well at Euros, run well at national cross or indoors, and then peak in summer as well. And I think it's so hard to do all 3 of that.
It's weird though, because you see, like, obviously 2 very good athletes, Jakob and Niels. They're probably the only 2 guys that get it spot on.
But I would say Jakob and Niels' European cross form, Niels especially is never as good as, if he was fully fit for that, he would win it comfortably. And he's not, like, he won it last year, but the year before he lost to Christiansen in Brussels. Yeah. And obviously Jakob didn't even make the start line.
Indoors this year.
Yeah.
And then obviously made it to Tokyo, but
so it's like, Jakob's had a great indoors, but then had a crap summer. And I don't know if did he run the Eurocross last year? I don't think he did. And it's hard. I look at some Brits, and I don't think it's fair to sort of name names, but you see people who try and peak for Liverpool, run really well at Liverpool, and then you're sort of thinking, right, they're going to run ridiculously in summer. And it never really materializes. And I think it's actually the same in America with indoors. Yeah. You see these Americans running 13:15, 13:20 indoors. Oh my gosh, they're going to run sub 13 outdoors, and they never run quicker. And I think that people are so concentrated on sort of the next big thing or the next opportunity to run well, which in this case is Liverpool, that they're not really thinking about what they're doing in August next year. And I can't really talk. I fell victim to that literally 4 years at uni, every single year in a row. And look where I am now. I can't even run.
And I'd say definitely last year, that's what I was just in the mindset of, just getting good shape as quick as possible.
Yeah.
And look where it got me. It's like...
there's 2 years in a row, you've had a femoral stress, I've had a femoral stress. And there's lots of people who do what we've done who don't get injured. And, people will say, well, were we doing this? Were we doing that? And we can probably look at ourselves and go, yeah, we could have done that better. But I do look at a lot of the Loughborough guys now and almost see myself in them of, I remember finished the 1 year at Fifth Ave in the middle of September, had 3 weeks off, and I had 5 weeks to get fit before Liverpool, and I'm thinking about making the team. And it's like that, I look at that now and go, I would never even consider running it.
It should take 5 weeks to get to full training.
Yeah, and even, Brussels year, the last 2 years ago where I last ran, I ended track season early because I broke my wrist, and then I had, 6 weeks to make Liverpool. Yeah. And you just see it as such a big goal because you sort of come off the end of I think when you come off the end of an off season, you're filled with so much, like, you're ready to get going. You've got that motivation, that drive, and being in a university environment, everyone around you is exactly the same. And for us, everyone around us is probably a month ahead in training. So you're just playing catch up, and you're just doing everything you can to make it. And obviously, you know, that's it might pay off in those 6 weeks, but you've got to look beyond. And you know, every year I was at uni, I didn't run in March. You know, whether it was illness or injury, because you know, like I said, if that 3 phases of the year, that first phase up to Liverpool would go well, that second phase would go horrifically, and then summer would tend to go all right. And it's just, I think we don't want to be down and say don't go for Liverpool and don't go for this, but if you go for Liverpool,
smart about it.
Make sure you know and you're okay and you're satisfied. And I think that final year of the under-23s in Brussels, I was, you know, I'd said to myself, this is my last opportunity to run as a junior. I bottled under-23 to the track in summer. I'll do everything I can to sort of win this race. And I was content with that decision. And in hindsight, I shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
I think, like you say, yours was coming from a point of you hadn't had the track season you wanted. Obviously, you still ran 3:31. Most people your age would probably take that. But like you say, your under-23s didn't go how you wanted. So you wanted to go and prove that on the cross scene. And for me, it was the same after Paris. Didn't go how I wanted. And I just thought, okay, let's just start smashing it.
Yeah.
I'll go indoors and show everyone that was because of whatever happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're definitely on the same page there, whereas almost just need to take a step back and, okay, that's happened, but I can't just rush into things.
Yeah.
Because last year, that's definitely, I was so much in the mindset of, okay, season's finished, let's just start sessioning.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got fit very quick around 14:07 in November, which for someone like me is
that's sort of a red flag.
Sickening to be honest.
Yeah.
But whereas now it's like,
it's amazing the difference now, isn't it?
Now it's like I'm training. I've done my first week of 3 sessions a week, one of those being a tempo, and it's like I'm doing the Tuesday session and I'm getting lapped, and it's like I'm right at the back of the group and I'm like, it's tough, but I'd rather be here than at the front personally.
Yeah.
Because of what my goals are. Because also, like you say, I finished my track season at end of September.
Yeah.
So I've got to try and remind myself that I'm a month behind most people, but it's so hard when you're there in the session and you're like, oh, I should be with these guys. I shouldn't be getting lapped.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get lapped every year on that session, but
I think the other thing is until something goes wrong, like it has happened for you and I, you are just going to continue on that way, because if it doesn't go wrong, why change it?
Yeah.
And I think the other thing to highlight, and it was the same for me, I think as a junior up until the end of under-23, that European cross country champs it's an amazing event. It's my favorite event. I've loved doing it, and it's the best opportunity to make a team. It's the best opportunity to win a medal.
Yeah.
And I can totally understand why people who are maybe 5-10K runners who aren't running 13:30 and getting contracts, whatever, this is their best opportunity. I look at some of the Loughborough guys and think, this is your best opportunity to get a GB vest. I look at what Gus did 2 years ago. Like, it was the perfect opportunity and he absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
And I look at some of the guys now, some of the younger guys, like, like the Smalls, that sort of caliber athletes who really good athletes, not going to make, challenge for national titles on the track at the moment. But, if they can go to Lisbon, the European cross country championships, it's an amazing event. And why wouldn't you? So in that regard, I can totally understand why people go for it.
Yeah.
And why a lot of people might not run or race in August because they want to push for this. And, you can't begrudge anyone that. I just hope that those people then accept that and then go, okay, well, I'm sacrificing a bit of my summer here, or I'm sacrificing a bit of my March here. Don't then have the naivety to smash this, go, I've made the team here. I'm going to go run 13:30 at podium and I'm going to go run 13:20 in summer. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, you need to have some downtime at some point.
Fair
enough. Go make the team at Liverpool, smash that. Then reflect, okay, cross season's been good. Let's chill out a bit. I'm in good nick. I know I can get fit quick.
Yeah.
I know what needs to be done. I've got the base. I've got the conditioning in my legs. It's now, let's just relax. What do I want to achieve in track season? And then it's almost, how do we work back from that? I had a good chat with Dave, my coach, the other day, and it's obviously a quite a big season this year, and I'm in a bit of a difficult position. Like, I think probably getting into the races I'm used to getting into is going to be tough for me this year. So it's like he said to me, Europeans, commies, indoors, British record, running on the circuit.
Yeah.
5 things. I want you to rank them in terms of importance.
Yeah.
And we'll work back from there.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that's the first time I've ever like looked at a track season in terms of that. I've always just gone like, before that conversation, I was like, cool, I'll do Euro, I'll do commies, Euros, the ultimate world champs.
Yeah.
Cool. Rather than looking at it, okay, where would I most want to win?
Because realistically, running a sub 14 at podium is never going to be in that 5.
That's the thing.
But from sort of September or October through to March, you're almost treating it as your number 1.
Yeah.
And it's that reality check and like mentally thinking, no, I've got to think longer term.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's really hard because we do sort of, or me especially, I'm living so much like day by day at the moment.
Yeah.
That I can't even think about something I want to achieve in August.
But that really opened up my eyes to thinking, oh yeah, you can prioritize things in a track season rather than just try and get in shape for track season and then just see how it goes.
Yeah.
It was good to see actually.
Yeah, it's interesting because like I know someone like a James Kingston, Richard Slade, Gus does it to a certain extent. Some others who Rory didn't have a massive track season because they look at this period and go, "This is my number 1."
Yeah, exactly.
And that's totally fair. Like I can totally understand why making this team would be your number 1, but then you've also got to, James Kingston understandably calls his track season off fairly earlier and accepts and knows he doesn't want to run there.
You can't have 3 number 1s.
Exactly. And I think that's what, and I look at some people and I think the relay doesn't help, but I look at some people and think like, Will can take it and Jonas because we're good mates with them, and even like Callum, I'm like, you guys have the most amazing opportunities to make a Europeans and a commies next year. And I'm like, and you're all in for this relay next week. And I'm like, look, it might go well and you might have the most amazing summer next year, and who am I to talk? I can't even run. But I just think like you would do anything. You would, if someone said, would you rather be in this relay or go to commies? Every single one of them would say within half a second go to commies. And I know, look,
can't guarantee it.
I know it's not. I know it's not a either or. It could be both. It could be neither. But I just think, is that in your brain? When you're doing your sessions on a Tuesday, are you thinking about August next year, or are you fully thinking about Cardiff this weekend?
Yeah.
And I think that's where I've fallen victim to. And I don't want people to. I wouldn't want anyone to go through what I've gone through.
Yeah.
And I
even if we have one person from speaking about this.
Yeah.
Even if 100 people think, what are they on about?
Yeah.
Like, especially like when you're young as well, I feel like you can get away with it.
Yeah, and I definitely did get away with it.
Got away with it, but it's.
And again, I think what's obvious is when you see the likes of Whiteman, Kerr, Mills, like they're not doing that.
Yeah.
And I need to sort of look at myself and think, do I want to compete with them, or do I want to compete with people doing the Cardiff relay? And it is a different mind shift. It's a different, and I think that's what it's hard getting used to that, because there is also the FOMO of, that Liverpool weekend, I'm like, what I'd do to be racing.
Yeah.
But, you do have to get used to that big picture sort of mindset and look further ahead than, a cross-country race, because that is what it is.
It's so tough though, like when you're starting to get fit, starting to get in shape, you're like, I want to see where I'm at. I want to go improve. Like, what other 8 guys are running 5Ks in November?
Yeah.
Quite a few of them probably are in that shape. Yeah. You don't need to go and do it. Like, just being 14, 30
Yeah, like Bergen's the same. Like, you're not going to see Bergen running rounds, like running 40-0s at podium in December.
Because he's not got that in his locker.
Because he's not got the minute.
Can't believe we're using Bergen as a good example.
I do find it fascinating, and I'd be really interested to hear what people think, and actually what coaches as well think about having people sort of smash it for Liverpool, then smash it for indoors, and try and smash it for a 5K in a track, because it doesn't work that way. And I think that the most obvious that is when you look at the marathon guys. Look at someone like Emil. They target 1 or 2 races a year, and in some ways it's more scary because it is all in on one.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't go to plan, it's sort of 6 months of prep, and it's not worked out. But they're not running 5 marathons a year trying to peak at every single one. It's definitely there's definitely an art to it, and that is the art of coaching and periodization, setting goals and targets or whatever.
It's even like when we spoke to Cole running.
Yeah,
like I struggled to get my head around the fact he would go and do a 5K, knowing he wouldn't run the 5K he's in shape for because he's got a training week around it.
Yeah,
but now I kind of see that as okay. Yeah, you're just seeing that as training.
Yeah,
you're not just smashing it, and obviously it paid off at London.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it's, everyone's got different mindsets. You can't expect everyone to think the same way as you. But now we're 2 unks of Loughborough and watching everyone fly around the track on a Tuesday night. Like, it comes from a place of care. I don't want people to get hurt or get injured. And I look at people flying around this time of year and I'm thinking, oh, guys, I've been there, done that. Let me be the victim.
I wish
you guys
we had
learn
someone
from it.
saying it to us.
Yeah, and I think the hardest thing being in a uni environment, and I'm sure it's the same in America in the college system, is it's all what it's like in the American college for NCAA. It's like they're all in for that. And then, a week later, they're all in for indoors.
Yeah.
And then, a week later, the outdoor season started. And again, I think America's the just perfect example.
I was B team. They're the only ones getting away with it.
Iowa going to win every race for the next. Well, we probably shouldn't talk about that, should we? We can't give them any time of day, really.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, for me, if one person in your team gets caught, it should be a full team investigation, and you should be, should you be allowed to race until it's clear, or I don't know, innocent until proven guilty?
It's difficult, isn't it? Because it could just be one person.
It could be, but at the end of the day, it falls under the college's name and reputation. But shame to see. But hopefully, it's one bad egg in amongst some good uns.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much for it. It feels like that was a bit of a sad, depressing topic of conversation. But we'd both been talking about it this last week, and we thought it is so important. But that's just what we've been through, I guess, as 2 unks now in Loughborough. Oh, it's tough, isn't it? But
it's tough,
yeah. These old bones can barely walk. But should we finish with some good news?
Go on.
I'm hoping to alter G tomorrow.
Wow,
that's good
can
news.
I come watch?
Of course you can.
Get some content.
Get some content. You're more than welcome to.
What time?
Physio at 11. Probably work on the ankle for a bit. Walking drills. Procrastination. Nervous toilet stop.
I'll see you there at 6.
I'll probably be starting at lunchtime. But no, probably 12, 11:30, 12ish. For the 60% Alter G minute reps, who knows?
How are you feeling for it? This is a little treat for anyone that stuck around for that miserable stuff.
Absolutely shitting it. Because I've been on the Alter G before where if the problem's still there, you do feel it. And okay, yes, 60% will be the lightest I've ever done it, but it is still 36, 37 kilograms going through a body part that has not run for about 7 months. So it's quite...
The problem is as well.
And you're thinking about it as well the whole time.
That's what I was about to say. Even if there's a 1% of an issue, of a feeling there, you're going to notice it and it's going to feel like 100%.
Yeah.
Because every step you're going to just think about that spot.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
I need to get some I need to think of my playlist for tomorrow and think, what 4 or 5 songs.
I'll just come and have a conversation with you, mate.
That would make me think about it even more. But that's tomorrow. It's been a long time coming for the next sort of step since when I could walk. I was always looking forward to
It's been a while. This is a big one, isn't it?
So who knows how that's going to go. We'll let the sports fans know. Well, if it doesn't go well, you won't hear from me ever again. But if it does go well, I'll just say thanks and go, yeah, good news. On to the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. That's a good note to finish it on. Thanks for listening. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.